Hello everyone, I want to take a few moments here to talk about your IA outline. So in the week 7 folder you will see for this week's instructions that watching this video and completing this IA outline document is one of your tasks. And it does say that it doesn't have to be completed this week, but you do need to make sure it's submitted no later than 8 a.m. on Monday, May 18th. And then I will be looking through those for you. So back here in this folder, I'll post the video here, but really what you're going to do, you might take a moment to look through this IA example. And what I've done here is I just have the outline that you're going to be filling out. So in blue, I have included just information. Let's say this was my topic. So going back to the very beginning of the semester, we talked about a stimulus. So maybe you have a stimulus. So I put water because we had talked about that in class. And then I put my specific topic. So let's say that my exploration is going to be on water availability and consumption. So what's my question? What's the purpose of my exploration? You need to have a question. So will my regional aqueduct run out of water? And then I would need to fill out like what's my aim. So this first page is really kind of a brainstorming worksheet. And I believe, but I could be mistaken, that I gave this out to you early on, okay, a while back. But what's my aim? Why am I doing it? What's my rationale? Why did I choose it? What am I hoping someone else is going to learn from it? What are my syllabus topics, my math connections, making sure it's in the IB curriculum? What are some things that I'm going to have to investigate? Again, this is an exploration paper, so what am I going to have to do? And then what are the terms that I need to define because maybe people don't understand them, they're not familiar with it. So again, this first page is kind of a brainstorming. Your outline is the actual second page. So again, what is in black is what's going to be provided for you. So again, you're just copying some of the things down. My aim is, and then you're going to put what's the point of your exploration, okay? B, what's my rationale? Remember, personal engagement is one of those criteria that you're going to get points on. So having that explained here in your rationale. So why are you doing it? Why did you choose the topic? And then paragraph, so that would be your intro. Paragraph 2, you're going to further explain the topic. So maybe you have to define terms, just talk about what it is so that your reader can kind of be on board with what's going on. And then again, I put, you would need to come up with how many different parts of your outline you would have to put. I'm not saying that there's 5 or 6 parts, okay? I have 7, but I'm just kind of trying to brainstorm here for you. So maybe my next paragraph, I'm going to explore the relationship between this and this. So maybe I'm going to explore the relationship between the aqueduct and the population in that region. And so maybe I need to make sure that I include a graph. Maybe I'm going to find a regression equation that discusses it. Maybe I'm going to discuss the limitations of that. Maybe I'm going to reflect on them. Okay, so maybe that's what my third paragraph is. And then maybe my fourth paragraph is I'm going to demonstrate understanding. One of your main criterion is that you can demonstrate that you understand this mathematics. If you can't demonstrate that you understand it, you're not going to score well, and that's 6 points. So that's where you can really be scoring a lot of points on this IA is by demonstrating understanding. So not just using a calculator and writing down an equation, not just pulling an equation from online and using it. Okay, we know Newton's law of cooling has already been found. Can you actually show that you understand what's going on with that? So whatever it may be, maybe that's what my next paragraph is. Maybe this is me creating an experiment. Maybe that's what I'm doing. And so maybe my third paragraph or my fourth paragraph is me describing what my experiment's going to be. Maybe the next paragraph is actually all of my data that I found from my experiment. Or maybe I'm not doing an experiment. Maybe I am going out and I am finding data online and I'm going to do something with it. So maybe my third or fourth paragraph is I've gone here and here and here and I found this data and this is what I can do with the data. Now I know that we're kind of in an unusual time, and so maybe you can't actually physically conduct your experiment right now, which is why we are holding off on finishing the IA, but you can still talk about what you would need to do. You guys do this in chemistry and biology, okay, talking about a lab, writing up, a report, or what is the actual lab going to look like and entail. So maybe that's what the main body of your paper is doing. Maybe I'm either doing an experiment or I am collecting data, or I'm finding data, or whatever it is. And then maybe my fifth paragraph is that I can show how I can use what I found. Can I extrapolate? Can I interpolate? Why am I doing it? Why did I do this exploration? What was my aim? Was it so that I could then predict something? Maybe I'm trying to demonstrate that I understand why I wrote an equation, or why or what this data is telling me. So can I actually show how I can use what I found? Maybe the next paragraph is another paragraph on something else that's related. I don't know. Okay, I'm just trying to give you ideas. And then you would obviously have A, B, C. This is what I'm going to do here. And then the last paragraph would be the conclusion. Now remember, you should be reflecting throughout your exploration. So it shouldn't just be a conclusion that says, okay, here's all my reflection pieces, but kind of tying together what you were doing, why you were doing, what you came up with. Maybe it didn't turn out when you explored it, didn't turn out the way you wanted to. And so hopefully throughout you've talked a little bit about that, but then that's kind of your conclusion at the end. Okay. So looking at that document, but then your next document is your document where you're actually going to create your outline. Guys, the better you do this now, the easier this is going to be. And maybe this summer when things open up, you can actually start writing this. I know some of you already have. Okay, but you're going to go in here, you're going to click on this, and then you're actually going to fill this in. So this is where you are filling it in. So now none of the blue is here. Okay, and then again, I want this outline. That's where your points are coming from, is on this outline. So you kind of have a brainstorming page, and then getting this outline to be more than just, it should not just be Roman numeral 1, 2, 3. It should have some parts underneath it that you have put some thought and some work into researching a little bit of what's going on, okay, or thinking about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. So that's that part. So coming back out here, to the wrong thing. That's really what's going on here. But I want to talk about this formatting tables and graphs. One thing about it, about your IA, is math presentation. And so I will just say that you want to make sure as you're, well, this is looking funny in here, so I need to go in here and fix this. But as I'm formatting this, I just need to, I'll work on that to make sure it looks better for you guys. But we want to make sure your IA is concise. And that means as you're writing things, you're not doing what math teachers do in terms of repeating themselves over and over again. Okay, you're being very concise, but what you're displaying should be concise as well. So your IA can be 12 to 20 pages. It should not be 6 running pages of data, or it should not be tables and graphs that are so far apart that they are taking up little to no space on a page, but it's making a page. So you can kind of see here on the left, kind of it's consolidated here to where the columns are smaller. On the right, this should have been up at the top, but you can see that there's more unused space. So we don't want the right, we want the left. The other thing, these do not go together, but maybe you have your table on the left and you have your graph to the right of it, or top and bottom. Your tables can run across horizontally. They don't have to go vertically. Okay, but making sure that you're presenting it well. Because I'd rather look at it like this, because I can look at this information and see how it looks over here, rather than doing a bunch of scrolling. Okay, so that is not what I want to do. So here's a little better look at those two tables, and then again, having a table and a graph. Now another thing is you should have, and we talked about this for your tech projects, but you should be labeling your tables. So maybe you have table 1, years versus cases, and maybe this is graph 2, amplitude of something, okay, amplitude of waves. I don't know, these obviously don't go together, but maybe you're giving a little explanation, okay. And obviously table 1 should probably go with graph 1, but it could go with graph 2. It just kind of depends on what's going on. But maybe, or maybe you're using figure 1, figure 2. Okay, however you do it is fine, but you should have some labels on there for those. So looking at that, just getting an idea of what's going on there. The other thing that I do want to mention back here, you have an IB pack or an IA packet that I gave to you guys. It's pretty thick. But down here in this folder, your Math IA folder, this is where we started a while back. Now, it didn't want me to click on that, so we'll click on it this way. But a lot of this stuff is what you were given. But I mentioned starting here. So if you're still working on what is my topic going to be, we've given examples here. I've given you other places to look. Some of you I've talked to, so I could talk to you more about that. But then helpful documents. Again, these are also in your packet. So I would look back over them. Something that I do want to mention, the assessment criteria might be something good to look at. But this IB internal assessment details, if you're not remembering the details of this, how long it should be, what's the purpose of it, just some requirements. So it might be worth, a minute or two look at there. So let's see. And then here's that was just your title page of your packet, but that's what the front of your packet looks like. Okay, and then here's your curriculum guide. So if you're trying to figure out what math curriculum it goes to, but then there's just different pieces here. So definitely look through that. If you want to talk about it, if you're struggling with a topic or just want to talk through your topic, please do so. Again, remember that whatever you do here, the more you do here is going to benefit you in the future. So that's the goal here, is to get a really nice outline before the end of the semester. And then I will be wrapping up your scores. You will get a score somewhat on the project. That's the plan, is that will go into the grade book. So that could definitely be a help to some of you, especially if you did not turn in some of that like first topic submission and you have a 0 on that. I'm going to go back and put in some scores when it comes to what you've done on the IA that you've been asked to do. So questions, let me know. Have a good day.